Aquarius, thank you for tuning in to Perfectly Imperfect Tarot. This is Green Eyes here with your reading. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Martians, astronauts. Pick a node. It does not matter to me. I love you all. Cross watchers, I am a snitch. I'm telling you now. Please don't curse me in the comments. Love you too. Aquarius, this is a judgment-free zone, but you will hear the truth. No gender or age, only energy. You're going to hear me use terms he, she, her, him, they, them, it, heifer, pay it no mind. Feel the energy. Remember, roles can always be reversed. Aquarius, I thank you. Like, share, subscribes, emails, comments, love tokens, donations. Thank you, and I thank you again. All right, my loves. Let's talk about your energy. Coming into your energy, I feel that I feel like you know, and at this point, there's nothing else to say, or there's no need to say it, if that makes sense. Like, how can I say this? Like you're watching a conversation between two people and you just know, maybe a kind of person that, that they are, or, their hidden intentions, even their the source of their strength, their joy. It doesn't have to be negative. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I know in your energy, like I see what I need to see, good, bad, or indifferent. And, because of that, there's no need to say it. You know, sometimes it's just no need. There's no need for the announcement. There's no need for some type of grand exposure or even a proclamation. You know, when you know it in your heart, and you feel like the Most High is in you, literally confirming it and giving you a visual representation of it, there's no need. At this point, now it's pretty much kind of like deciding what you're going to do with the information. You know, that's how this feels. I also feel like this is personal. I don't want to speak on the matter in your energy, if that makes sense. I just feel like it's something I'm dealing with within, you know. Maybe that's why I feel like there's no need to say it, because honestly, I wish not to, how can I say that? I just wish not to share, you know, in your energy. So we're going to pull from the angel answers today, because like I said, I feel like this is personal, and maybe this will help you with your like internal processing. Okay, can I have a, oh, okay, and the answer is success in a year from now. Okay, and right now is not the right time. There it is. Okay, if you're seeing something, a business opportunity, maybe a situation where you need to move, there's reconciliation is also in here, relationship building of some sort. Maybe a year from now, but right now it's just not the right time. Okay, or maybe now is the time that you can start preparing, and it should be complete within a year from now, or by a year from now, things like that. Let's do your spread. We're going to get some meat and potatoes, and I'm going to try to be respectful of your privacy. I'm also humble in this energy. Aquarius, you guys might be having some realizations of maybe misinterpreting something in the past, and now you're seeing it for its truth today, or seeing someone for their truth today. Maybe you misinterpreted or prejudged, or whatever the case was. Maybe you were going through your own situation, and you just put someone in a category, in a group at that time, because it was just easier to process, you know. This is the, help me. Unveiled Tarot. Can I have Aquarius's, please? Can I have Aquarius's core? Yeah. Eight of Cups is coming. You see it turned. I'm going to leave it sideways because I think this is a process. Like I said, I think you're coming into a stage of realization as of now that's allowing you to kind of emotionally disconnect so that you can physically start to prepare. Okay. Eight of Cups does represent leaving behind emotions that just has served their purpose in your life. But sometimes it's difficult because we put blood, sweat, years, and tears into life, you know? So the realization that this is going as far as it can go sometimes is freedom, and other times it's heart-wrenching, you know? But the Eight of Cups also represents not just what you're leaving behind, but what you're going towards, because what you're going towards is a realization that there is more, you know, that there is better, that there is higher. And that's what you want to work towards. So you kind of focus on that as opposed to what you're leaving behind, you know, and it's a process. That's why it's coming in sideways for you. Five of Pentacles is at the bottom because, again, the time of realization sometimes is, and I feel so personal in your energy, Aquarius. Oh my, I almost want to whisper. This is so personal. It is so personal. Five of Pentacles does represent separation, you know, isolation, going without, black sheep, a whole bunch of things. Because it's kind of like, I guess, the best the tarot can do to represent the physical representation of change, you know. Even when you're changing for the better, the change itself sometimes is like, OMG, you know, it's like I'm working, but I'm not, or I'm working, but I'm barely surviving, or I barely made it through, but now I'm coming out. It's that switch, it's the space in between spaces, but it's not in between spaces of 0 and 1. It's kind of in the middle of the journey, you know, kind of like a fool's energy. So, which you do represent, but it's the perspective that you're getting now with this Hangman Pisces here that is giving you a new realization, a new understanding. Like I said, coming into your energy, I feel like I see something, and there's no need to say it. That's how this feels, okay? And this is creating an ending, calling in an ending in your life, so that you can go ahead and move on to your next chapter. But it is something it's something you know, think about. You know, you're trying to put it together. That real epiphanies, realizations, truths, change, they sound great, you know, when in conversation, but when you're actually living through that process, it's like, man, shamalama ding dong, you know, I'm like really all over the place in my cuckoo, you know what I mean? What's crowning Aquarius right now for assistance? What can they pull down from for assistance at this time? Please and thank you. The Page of Swords in reverse. Like I said, there's no need to say anything. Remember that. You don't even have to acknowledge it out loud. And you don't need, there's, I'm sorry, help me with my words. You don't need more. You don't need, I don't know, more ingredients is what this feels like, but I'm trying to put another word to it. More ingredient, help me. You don't need more ingredients to make it work. You don't need more information. You don't need more proof. You don't need it. I have confirmation in me, you know, in this energy. I said it before. I said it's like you're confirming this is something that you're feeling, and you witness it, you feel it, you acknowledge it, and it is what it is. Okay, so once you know, now it's time to kind of like step it up a notch in your physical world to kind of pursue what you really love or who you really want to be, however you want to put those emotions with that Knight of Cups, in broad daylight, meaning under the brightest light, because nothing no longer is hidden. Nothing no longer is misunderstood. And that joy itself is freedom. Like I said, that freedom comes through. It's happy. It feels good. But when you're in the process of that change, you know, sometimes it just don't feel like you're happy, but it's like, I'm happy, but I'm good, but I'm blessed, but, you know, it's like kind of like that. What's working against Aquarius right now? What's in the way? Oh, all right. Ace of Swords is coming and Justice is coming in reverse. Whew. Aquarius, I love you. I love you. You know, I think that you guys, I know I'm gonna go off script here, and it's because this is heavy. I think you guys represent the star because of your personal relationship with the Most High. I think out of all of the signs, the star energy is, it's very personal. Kind of like how I felt coming into your energy, you know? And the fact that you know that you are this close to the Most High when you need to be, and then you still don't get what you feel like you deserve, or you don't get what you think you need to know, it hits you hard because it's like, I'm always this close. You understand what I'm saying? So because of that, it's like it's a blessing, and it's frustrating. You know, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. It's like you are in the front row of the class and the teacher won't give you, I don't know, the time or the answer. And you feel like that's not fair. I'm literally here. I'm right in front of you. The time that we spend it on this conversation right now, which you telling me no, you can actually just tell me what I'm asking. That's how this feels. You know, and when this works against you, it's simply because you're in a space of trying to understand, remember, this change, what you need to change, what you need to walk away from, because as far as you're concerned, like, you put time, energy, and effort in. So now you want to know what was the point. But unfortunately, you're going to have to separate yourself before you can even access that information, okay? What's coming in with that is the Two of Cups. We might be talking about a relationship, and we might be talking about the alignment with your higher self. And when you're struggling with the alignment of your higher self, that means that you're living a life here. So I can see myself, I don't know, driving a Yugo. Do they still make those? I don't know. It's a hush, y'all. Hush, hush. So it's a Yugo. Right now it's a Yugo. That's the first thing that came to my mind, right? And you're driving this Yugo, and see, your relationship and your internal connection is so pristine that you can actually envision yourself with the Mercedes while you're driving the Yugo, and literally have that same feeling. You have that kind of connect. But because that connect is so strong, as far as you're concerned, all I need to know is how to get from this to this, because I already see it. I know I have it. I know I exist here. So why am I still driving this Yugo when I know I exist here? You know? So it's the alignment. It's the frequency. It's like you're bypassing the space between the connection to get you here, you know? And you're trying to figure out, how is that even possible when I'm sitting right next to you? I'm right in front of you with the Most High. You know, I'm envisioning what I see as my higher self. So how is it not possible that I'm not connected fully? And I think it's an emotional, there's an emotional baggage or weight that you don't realize, okay? What brought this on for Aquarius? Please and thank you. Wow, I love it. You've been getting stronger. Yeah, you've been getting stronger, and you're allowing yourself to kind of process more with worldly things as well. There's worldly energy here. So it's like you're not in, I'm not caught up into, I don't know, this riffraff or that riffraff. And I'm not caught into, what do you call it, all the social media stuff and all this stuff on the news. I don't feel caught up at all. You're seeing right through all kinds of situations. But because you're seeing through it, that's the thing. It's worrisome or stressful to you, because it's not like you're saying, what's the point? You're saying, it's like an epiphany of, I know for a fact I don't belong on this side of the fence. I know that for an absolute fact. But it's going to require a loss. You're going to have to let something go. Something has to die so that you can be reborn into the perspective that you have of your life for your future, or for your right now. You know what I mean? Where are we going with this? Future energy, please, for Aquarius. Please and thank you. The Knight of Cups, back to what you love, but in broad daylight, like I said. Yeah. Aquarius, you are going to see and pursue fulfillment in broad daylight. The sun is the brightest energy of the deck. Yes, it's the happiest, but it's the brightest. You know, it's going from a 40-watt light bulb to 100. You ever do that? I know they have all these new fancy lights now. But back in the day, when we had regular light bulbs, we had wattage. You know what I mean? And I remember one time getting a 100-watt light bulb by mistake, because I hadn't even paid it no mind. And when I tell you the dust that it exposed, I couldn't believe it. There's no way. You know? But I was grateful, but darn. Okay. I am not kidding. I am not kidding. Three of Cups coming in. I like this because celebrations, social interactions, and with the Four of Swords, it's with peace, you know, because there's no, I can still have fun, and I know how to protect myself simply because I know, you know. I wish I would have done it sooner. And now I kind of really don't know what to do about what I'm involved in, or who I'm involved in, or where I am at this point. But I'm trying to figure out what's best for me today, because it is hurting me that I actually know now a new foundation, a new grounding, a new idea of stability or abundance, a new a connection with loyalty in life. And as you're trying to focus on that quality of life, you set a new floor. You know, maybe it's an air sign thing at this time, but it feels like the air signs to me are setting a new floor. The floor is higher, if that makes sense. You know, we all have times where we feel like we're on the floor, you know, when life just start lifing. And it's so hard to kind of climb back up and stand up. But for air signs, for me, it seems like the floor is higher. So even if you trip and stumble a little bit, it's like, you know, this is my new low. My new low is not down here. This is my new low up here, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? So that in itself is proof and evidence of abundance in every area of your life. And it allows you to kind of tap into that divine feminine and control and have authority over whatever is in life trying to oppress or suppress or entrap you. Really, you're going to be gifted for this very well. This is a very heavy blessing, this Ace of Pentacles, and it's going to be proof and evidence of your favor, coming in with the Ace of, oh my goodness. Not only is this going to be a blessing, this is going to be your startup. This is going to be how you're going to prepare, you know, to either start that company or even get ready to move, okay? The alignment of relationships or the alignment with your higher self is going to happen when you're in a healthier state to exchange, you know, when you're in a healthier state to exchange. That if you're in transition right now, emotionally, you're probably not in the best or healthiest state. When you raise that frequency and get a little healthier, ready to exchange, it'll be there and you'll be ready to move on that energy when it's time. So in the meantime, you're going to have to probably pinch a penny or two or hold on to what holds you, because you're in uncharted territory and you're trying to figure out the next or your best move. And right now, the best move that you have or that you can make is going to be based off of knowledge that you've already attained. You know, the best thing is to move away from people, places, and things that, you know, aren't really kind of edifying you, okay, assisting you. All right. Keep your focus strong. Keep your focus strong. If you're considering, and I know this doesn't apply for the tarot people, but this King and Queen of Wands feels like they're considering either moving in together or getting engaged. And there's family issues here. There's ego issues here. There's respect of privacy or something between these two. So there's a lot of things that are on the table between these two. But Aquarius, if you're going to take the role of either, you know, you're going to have to face things that you've allowed yourself to ignore, okay? And vice versa. And vice versa. Because if it's going to be real, lovers is coming in, then it has to be true. The good and the bad, right? Yeah, for relationships, guys, it actually looks, it's like great, but very delicate. A nice connection, but very delicate. Seven of Wands to the Tower. Yeah. And if this is your alignment with your higher self, again, very great, very delicate. It's going to require a lot of self-love. And if this is a relationship, it's going to require some unconditional, you know. Unconditional love doesn't mean that I forgive and you I forgive everything and you can just walk all over me. No, the boundaries have to be healthy. Okay. The core, the root has to be healthy. The yoke has to be equal. But it's something you can do. You're just going to have to get over this internal conflict and you're going to have to fight for it if this is really what you want. Okay? All right. I'm going to leave this here. I hope it helps. Now, if any event you say, Green Eyes, listen, I don't know you. You don't know me. This is not my life. I'm okay with that. Check the moon. Check your rising. Don't take the energy if it's not yours. Leave it here for someone else, okay? Thumbs up, subscribe. Make sure you guys are notified of future readings. It's free and it supports the channel. If any event you're looking for a personal appointment, I respond to email requests only. My email is perfectlyimperfecttarot@gmail.com. If you do like what you get here, if it helps you, feeds you, even if you're simply entertained, but you come looking for these videos, please sow where you come to eat. I eat off of what you sow, okay? Donation information is below the video. There's also links for CashApp and PayPal for your convenience. A cup of coffee, okay? And in advance, thank you. Other than that, guys, remember, we are all perfectly imperfect. And I'll talk to you next time.